ladies. It's truly a pleasure to meet you both, Linda and Cindy, to you as well. Great knowing you for our time together at Jacksonville Public Education Fund.
And I have heard so much about you. I'm glad finally to get a chance to meet you. Cindy, I have known for a very long time.
Yes, since the dawn of time.
That's right. That's right.
So what brings you to Jacksonville? When did you move here?
I didn't move here. I was born here.
Wow.
I said, I'm one of those endangered species. I grew up at the time when if you weren't from Jacksonville, you were in the Navy. It was that simple.
How about you, Coley?
Well, I tell you what, go ahead and add me to that endangered species list. I'm actually a native and was born and raised here as well.
Were you?
Yeah.
So I am the outsider. I've been here 36 years.
Okay.
Well, we'll accept you. Cindy, tell me about the stick that you brought.
This stick is a historical object for Youth Leadership Jacksonville. This was the talking stick that was used by all the early YLJ classes, and it was a property of Dinah, the late Dinah Kossoff, the very first YLJ director. And her husband Dan graciously allowed us to borrow it. You know, if it wasn't for the class of '89, there would be no YLJ. We had such an incredible class. We really did bond well, and I think that boded well for a real class project that turned into YLJ. I think it speaks to the structure of LJ and the leadership of LJ through the years that it's done so well and is very accepted in all the high schools in the community.
You know, it's funny. One of the things I was thinking about in preparing for this day was really what my thoughts were in terms of taking away an entire Saturday for someone in high school to go somewhere and be involved. And it was probably my mom that really probably pushed me, and I have to just thank her, because if not, if it was solely on me, I'll tell you, I don't know if I would have given up a Saturday to be a part of LJ, but without fail, once I was there, I was so grateful that she pushed me to do it.
I think it's really important to remember that the fact that YLJ has been able to continue through all these years is because of the wonderful donors and supporters that have been behind the program, because the tuition doesn't begin to cover it. And a lot of the kids are there on scholarship.
Well, I'll tell you, I think you guys hit on the head when you figured it out. Having done LJ roughly about 20 years exactly from YLJ, the experiences were almost identical, right? Mm-hmm. In terms of what you get to experience within the community. And fortunately or unfortunately, some of the things that are really challenging us really haven't changed that much. Mm. So it just also takes them, for me, into account how much more we get to do every day in terms of making some improvements in our community. Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to the young people in Youth Leadership Jacksonville?
It's a great question. Stay engaged, really be open to the process, and have fun.
Linda?
I think I would, and I have urged them to be aware of what's going on, to look around the community, to recognize the needs, to know where they can fill in, and to realize again that it is so important that they be able to serve with honor and integrity.
And I would say that besides putting their phones away,
good rule.
I would say show others respect and listen carefully, and make the most of each and every day.
Coley, what inspired you to feel like you wanted to make a difference in the community?
For me, that's easy. It's my family. You know, I am a native. I am a father of 5. I have an amazing wife. My parents live here. So each and every day, the community that I get to build is centered around the one I want for them.
For me, I think it's more of, it's a combination. It's definitely my faith that I feel like I've been very blessed in my life and have an opportunity to give back. The other, I would say, Leadership Jacksonville, when Poverty Day and having lunch at the jail and really being exposed to almost every single aspect of our community. And it was just like a veil, had come off in terms of seeing things for the first time. And, as we know, you meet people from every corner of Duval County. And, that really was inspiring.
Well, I think my father was a role model. He gave so much to the community. And sometimes I think I can't really decide. I think it's in my DNA. Some years ago, my good friend Gertrude Peel gave me something that I have kept because it expresses my feelings so well. John Wesley said it before Gertrude did. And it said, do all the good you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, for all the people you can, while you can.
So how would you describe your perfect day in Jacksonville?
I would have to say that it would be going out to the football stadium and seeing my Florida Gators beat Georgia.
How about you? I don't think I can top that.
Wow. I don't know if I can top that.
My perfect day would involve a trip to the beach with Dan and maybe our dog, Gracie. My super perfect day would involve my two grandchildren who are 3 and 8 months.